What other anime embodies hype more than Solo Leveling? We're only a few episodes into season 2 with the best yet to come, and it's already blown up to be the biggest anime in the season. There's a few reasons for that I'm going to get into, including one that I think has the potential to take this show to legendary new heights. I'm personally attached to Solo Leveling because it's the first video I had that went over 1,000 views. In fact, I covered every episode of Season 1, so it's high time I got to covering Season 2, because without Solo Leveling, I'm not sure this channel exists. Hell, check this poll. I'm going to start with the insanity that is Jinu Sung, and get to the major stuff in a bit. I've said before that whenever Dong-Su showed up, there was a 0% chance that he'd be a threat to Jinu, and well, he showed up a lot quicker than I was anticipating. When Jinu enters the Red Gate, this dude is just chilled on the outside waiting to murder him. Luckily for him, he's called away because in that gate, we saw how absolutely absurd Jinu is. First, can we admire these jumps real quick? Anyway, having a shadow army on top of healing, special gear, poison, super speed, super strength, super intelligence, ever-increasing levels, and your own personal assassin makes him tough enough to deal with. But I didn't realize he could add to his army of the dead. The Pack of Bears was a cool one, but when he murders Kim to join it, two things became very apparent. First, Jinu's humanity is slipping. To casually murder someone so effortlessly shows the system is getting what it wants out of him. Second, his battle instincts are ridiculous, creating cover, murdering someone, reincarnating them as your slave, and then using him as bait along with Egress is as genius as it is callous. Say what you want about Solo Leveling, the creativity of the action is phenomenal. The limitation to his abilities is also important because for as OP as Jinu is, when you set limits to what's possible, it reins things in and makes it feel more believable and earned. If he'd been able to control the elf leader, I don't know if there's a single hunter alive who'd be able to take him out. Also, cool little detail that the system allowed him to speak the elven language. And how much of a boss is Jinu for walking out of the gate, getting stopped by Bach in S rank, brush him off, and then when he gets pissed, he out-alphas him and dips out. That was epic. After having been talked into watching Sister Leveling on stream, I can't unsee it whenever Gina or Han Sang-yi is on screen. They totally would, so it's basically canon to me at this point. Outside of that and the hype fights, we got a crazy twist that ties into the thing that could set this show apart from anything else coming out. Dong-Su is called back to America, where this dude has been arrested, and we don't know who or what he is. People are claiming he's a magical beast, but he looks like a human. After a back and forth, he wrecks Dong-Su. And then we learn it's Jinu's dad, who has been presumably inside a gate for a decade or so. Oh, and everything we think we know about the gates and this world, he says we haven't even scratched the surface yet. And he's right. That's something that has me unbelievably excited. We've been so distracted by Jinu becoming Saitama and the hype that comes along with that we've been ignoring that we don't know anything about this world. Why do gates appear? What is the system? What's coming? How does this all work? Who's behind it? Why is Jinu the player? All valid questions that are completely unanswered so far. The EDs of both seasons have teased these backroom type settings that seemingly have nothing to do with the show, but if it's all connected and we haven't pieced that puzzle together yet, that could take this from pure hype to pure cinema. For as much criticism as it's gotten for being mid-leveling, I really believe there is an interesting story brewing beneath the surface that's going to take this show to the next level. I've felt it since the start, and if I'm wrong, so be it, but I don't think I am. Oh, and we're totally forgetting something else I'm going to touch on in a bit. The other thing I've really enjoyed about this season is the fact that we're ditching the E-rank gig. Hiding it is no longer of any benefit. I wasn't sure if his reassessment would keep him at E or send him to S, but I knew there was no chance it'd be anything in between. Turns out, it was the latter, and the way the entire building knew instantly shows how big of a deal that is. Literally 10 humans have ever pulled that feat off, and the second it was confirmed, every guild around started recruiting him. He's even more in demand than Luka Doncic would have been if the Mavericks knew what the hell they were doing. Hell, 80-year-old Chairman Go was simping for this dude because of his battle lust. I've also liked how things are progressing with Hunter Cha. She's completely out of the loop on Jinu, but on numerous occasions, he's caught her eye for one reason or another. She didn't need others to tell her he's special, she could sense it on her own, which is a big compliment to her. You know there's going to be more to her saying he smells good than simply fawning over him too. It's absolutely going to relate to her abilities in some way. This show doesn't casually throw details around like that without a deeper purpose. Also, looks like Gina might have some competition now. Finally, we're completely ignoring that Jeju is still a no-go zone and has evolving beasts. I know we're going to head back there at some point this season, so we haven't even scratched the surface of the hype this season is going to have yet. With it being out that Jinu is an S rank, we now have a clear path towards bringing him there. We're not that far off from seeing S ranks go to work, and I can't wait. With that, I'm out.